Y'all, I've been making this pound cake for years, initially with gluten and then eventually gluten-free, and it is always something I come back to again and again because, for one thing, it's so easy to make. It is so dense in a good way with a velvety crumb and a perfectly buttery flavor. It's delicious on its own, or my personal favorite way to serve it, with freshly whipped cream and roasted strawberries. So let's get into it and I'll show you how to make it. I'm going to start by creaming 3 sticks or 339 grams of softened butter with 8 ounces or 226 grams of softened cream cheese. And I'm just going to cream these just for a minute or so just to get them fully combined. And then I'm going to stream in 3 cups or 600 grams of granulated sugar. Now, 2 things about this. I know somebody's going to ask me if it can be made dairy-free. While I haven't tried it, I really do have faith in dairy-free ingredients that are out there now. They make some really great ones. My daughter is vegan. I believe her favorite cream cheese substitute is Kite Hill. I could be wrong about that, but I know that's supposedly a good one. And then, of course, you have plenty of dairy-free butter options. And then the second thing that I know people are going to ask me about is the amount of sugar in this. It is pound cake, you guys. It is what it is. So if you think that's too much sugar, then here's my suggestion. Don't make it. Don't eat it. Look for something else that is not pound cake. Honestly, it's just that simple. You don't have to comment and say, oh, there's too much sugar in this. If you don't have a KitchenAid or a stand mixer, you can do it with a handheld mixer. It is going to take a little bit of time, or elbow grease, I should say, because we need to beat, cream together the butter, cream cheese, and sugar on high for 7 minutes. 7 minutes straight. So set a timer, walk away, take a little break, and come back to it. And 7 minutes later, as you can see, you can already tell one thing, in that it's really, really light and very fluffy. But it's also much, much lighter in color. Like, you'd never realize that there's actual butter in this because it is almost white. So now we'll add in 6 eggs, one at a time, beating for 30 seconds after each. This cake has no chemical leaveners in it, no baking powder, no baking soda. So how it gets its lift is solely from the eggs and the beating of the air into it. That's the only way it gets its lift. And it is a very dense cake. I mean, pound cake is supposed to be very dense. In a good way, though. That's why it always has such a velvety texture. I've added in all my 6 eggs. Now I'm going to beat it for an additional 2 minutes at a little higher speed. But I get it, some people don't want to spend the money on it, although I will say it is a very good investment to have. My last one lasted over 30 years. I mean, if you can't spend $300-400 on something that's going to last you for 30 plus years, I mean, to me, well worth it. Okay, now I'm going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste, and I'm just using vanilla bean paste because I got some at Costco at a really good deal. You can use vanilla extract or scrape out a vanilla bean itself. And my favorite thing to add to any pound cake is a teaspoon of almond extract. I just love almond flavored pound cake. If you don't, then leave it out, no biggie. And then finally, the last ingredient, 3 cups minus 2 tablespoons or 402 grams of Kim's gluten-free all-purpose flour blend. you should be able to substitute with the store-bought blend, but please remember that all blends are not created equal. They have different ingredients in them at different ratios. So I cannot possibly test every single brand that is out there. I just can't do it. I don't have the funds nor the time. But if you want to try a store-bought blend, just know that you may need to alter some ingredients up or down to get the right consistency. Okay, look how perfect and smooth and velvety this batter already looks. Just wait until you have the actual pound cake. It is heavenly, you guys. I'm going to put this in my greased and floured of course, with gluten-free flour, bundt pan. We're going to bake this at 300 Fahrenheit, a very low oven, for 1.5 to 2 hours, or until a long skewer poked in between the middle and the end comes out mostly clean or with just a few moist crumbs attached. This one took 1.5 hours exactly. And I'm going to let this cool in the pan for 1 hour and then flip it out to finish cooling completely. If I were to try to remove it after like 10-15 minutes, it's possible it could start falling apart. And that's all there is to it, y'all. I mean, it is, you saw how simple it is. Minimal ingredients, super velvety and smooth, dense in such a good way. If you love pound cake, this is the recipe for you. Just serve it up with a little freshly whipped cream. And then I have my roasted strawberries here. For how to make these, y'all, go to my gluten-free strawberry shortcake video. It shows you exactly how to roast the strawberries. They are divine, but you don't have to go through the roasting if you'd rather not. You can also just slice up some strawberries, put them in a bowl with a little bit of sugar, maybe a 1/4 cup of sugar or so. Stir them up and let them sit, and that will macerate. The sugar will turn into a syrup, and you can serve it like that, or you can eat it plain. Doesn't matter. Best gluten-free pound cake ever. Enjoy.